your ears. And for the first one, Will, let's go to Chicago. What do you got to say about the Bears?
I love that the city of Chicago is excited right now. They have a lot to be excited about.
Yeah,
I'm saying the Bears are not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win the division this year, even though they're number one. Very opportunistic defensively. They're still bottom 10 across the board on defense. It could come down to the final week of the season against the Lions to make the playoffs.
So, Dan, a lot of people, friends, family, and my wife are mad at me because I keep saying this. But this Bears season, the success of it, will not be judged by their record. It will be judged by the fact that they have finally done it. That Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have created together the quarterback this franchise has been missing for a century. And the ascension, even if it starts next year rather than this, will be what they've been waiting for.
This past month for Chicago has been the most important month in years. And it's because you've seen every single week Caleb get better at the things he's been bad at. He's created less problems. He's solved more. He's had more answers to what the defense has given him. He's been outstanding in the play action pass, and he's been clutch in some big time moments. There's nothing but good. That's why I said wait till November. There's nothing but good vibes coming out of Chicago strictly because of the way the quarterback's playing.
That's right. I understand why you can't tell fans it doesn't matter if you make the playoffs. Obviously, they want to see their team win.
Agreed.
This has been a smashing success either way. All right, the next straight out of Compton. Let's stay in the NFC North. What do you got on J.J. McCarthy?
Patience. People are going to hate to hear the word patience, but it is patience with J.J. McCarthy. You're going to have ups and downs for the rest of the season. He's thrown for 53% completion rate, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions in his first 5 games. Another guy to compare that to, Josh Allen had very similar stats in his first 5 starts. So patience with J.J. McCarthy.
So, I mean, Dan brought up, Hawk, the other day, yes, patience, of course. We all know it's 5 games. You can't judge a player on 5 games. But Dan was saying, I mean, the misses were alarming, right? Like the magnitude, how badly he's been missing. It's one thing to miss by a little. He's missing by a lot. Are you alarmed by what you've seen?
I'm not alarmed because I feel like what we're seeing from J.J. McCarthy is fixable. Dan talked about it yesterday on NFL Live. He talked about his mechanics, him having to get more in rhythm and letting his feet tell him where and what to do in the right moment. For J.J., he's been focused so much on coming back from injury, and he is only 5 games into his career. The encouraging part of what we've seen from J.J. is his ability when the stakes get high, he plays his best. That is something that has carried over from college, and you've still even seen it in his first 5 starts. Hang in there. In the offseason, he needs to fix and address some of these mechanical issues, but he absolutely still has a lot of ability.
I feel a lot better about J.J. today and yesterday after diving into those misses than I did immediately Monday.
Okay.
We talked about it and broke it down and demoed it yesterday. It's a mechanical thing. He gets far too wide in his step. He flies open with his left shoulder. His shoulders are constantly flat rather than him having some kind of a tilt. And so that's real. Accuracy starts from the ground up. And right now he's poor from the ground up. And I think both injuries are to his right leg. I think that's attached to not being able to work at it. That is something that's absolutely fixable. And the Josh Allen comp is interesting because JJ is linear right now as a thrower. So was Josh. Instead of being rotational, Josh has become rotational.
That's what I'm seeing too.
Yeah, that's what he was. He was just telling me that. Saying that's crazy because you were just.
I was kind of
saying almost the same exact thing.
That's wild.
Let's get to the last one.
From him.
Will,
Hips.
God.
the biggest game, look, there's so much attention being given to the Cowboys and Eagles because they're the Cowboys and the Eagles. But the biggest game this weekend is Chiefs-Colts in so many ways, and what do you expect to happen?
Not only the biggest game this weekend, an American celebration is going to happen. Rome is falling in Kansas City. The dynasty is over. The Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014.
Oh, boy.
The Colts are going to blow them out on Sunday.
Blow them out.
Okay, that might be a little
No,
outrageous.
stand on it.
They're going to beat them. Shifty.
Stand on it.
They're going to blow them out. This is going to be a double-digit win. Danny Jones is going to hang 40 on these boys.
This is it. So we have been saying since the beginning of the year, the Colts are a great story. But if Daniel Jones, when he meets up with Patrick in the playoffs, is he going to be ready for that? Well, guess what? It's Patrick, who we're asking some questions about right now, week 12, that absolutely has to win this game. You look at every single metric, playoff number. The Chiefs have to win this game if they're going to make the playoffs.
And who is the one guy that did beat him in the postseason? Who's the one guy that has had some success? Lou Anarumo, when he was the Bengals defensive coordinator. He's now in Indianapolis. He's now working for the Colts. They're coming off a bye. He's got extra time to get ready for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Again, Mahomes and the Chiefs have gotten the best of Lou Anarumo at times, but there aren't many defensive coordinators who have done a better job of slowing down that quarterback and that offense than the Colts defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I don't think Kansas City defensively can stop Tyler Warren. And I would just caution everybody, giving Egbuka the Offensive Rookie of the Year award immediately. He's been outstanding.
Ted McMillan would like to have a word too.
Yeah,
by the
true.
way.
They can't cover Warren. I think the way that the Indianapolis Colts use him is outstanding. He's one of those guys that you can dump a screen off to him and all of a sudden 25 yards later, because he's so good with the ball in his hands. They'll use him in their run game. If you use him in your run game, you can then use him in your action game. Players over plays, moments. You can throw him balls with the contested catch, his ability to just make strong catches. I think you got to match up with him, size, physicality, ball skills. You can give it to him short, and he could just be physically more dominant than other people. And then down the field, this is where I think Kansas City's going to struggle. You play against Kansas City, throwing to the tight end. Teams this year are 44 for 52 throwing to their tight end against Kansas City's defense. This young man is a special talent. Think of Dalton Kincaid and what he did a couple weeks ago against this Kansas City defense. I think Tyler Warren has a massive day and leads the Colts to a win as well.
Let me put a number to this, Cindy, if we could see C27. I mean, the Chiefs, I told you the other day, they have to win out in order to assure themselves of a playoff spot. Otherwise, they will need some help. If they lose this game on Sunday, their chances of making the playoffs drop to 36%. That's the playoffs. This is a team that's been in the last 3 Super Bowls, and they will have only a 36% chance to make the playoffs. I've heard from everyone here but you, Hawk. Who do you expect to win this game?
I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. He's never lost 3 in a row. They understand their backs are against the wall, and I feel like in most times in those situations, he plays at his best. Even if you look at it schematically offensively, there were big throws last week for the Kansas City Chiefs that they didn't connect on, that they have to connect on. One to Xavier Worthy, one to Thornton down the field. And I think when you have their kind of receiving core and weapons on the outside, including Travis Kelce, it's receiver by committee, but each portion of the field needs to execute. They didn't do that down the field, which is why the whole thing kind of crumbled.
This is where everybody's going to be. Next week, it's going to be I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes because he's never went 0-4 in his career. Like sports books, everybody still got Chiefs favored to win the Super Bowl and everything.
Right.
Like it.
It's over.
You're believing what your eyes are seeing.
This goes beyond football.
Last week's game wasn't close.
Families need to prepare in Kansas City for Thanksgiving feasts and start having conversations that their Chiefs are no longer going to be in the playoffs this year. Families need to prepare for Christmas that their children are going to be asking for Bo Nix jerseys and not Patrick Mahomes. That is where we're getting to, fellas.
Now we are talking. Look, I mean, Graziano was here the other day. He covered that game, and he said, just standing on the sideline, the Broncos were just better than them. We kept waiting. Oh, Patrick's going to do this. The Broncos look like a better team. Some of these teams look better. We'll see if Indy looks better than them.
And I'll tell you this, it's the most athletic offensive line Kansas City has played all year.
This is the,
And I know we're supposed to take them one at a time, but Thanksgiving is a week from today.
Dallas.
And that Dallas Cowboys-Chiefs matchup is awfully appetizing. And when you play in Dallas, you get a different Cowboys team than you do on the road. That's not going to be
Playing in Dallas, coming off of a win against Philadelphia, too.